Good evening. Welcome, everybody, to another Analysis of a Crime with CD episode. I got to be a little quieter tonight because it's late and the kids are all sleeping, thankfully. It's been a long day. If you want to know where I've been the last week, I actually got COVID again, which is mind-blowing. But got it again. Don't even understand it. Nobody else in the house got it except for me. Might have picked it up at my daughter's soccer game last Saturday while the kids were jumping in my bag of sunflower seeds. So who knows? But I'm all good, thankfully. No cough this time. Totally different symptoms. But I have felt like crap for 4 days, 4 straight days, like crap. But feeling good today. Doing well. So how's everybody doing? Let me see who's here. Overcomer, glad to see you. And you're same time zone as me. Okay, so that's interesting. 12:30 a.m. Somebody's screaming. The wife screaming at her husband. Somebody's in the doghouse. Somebody's in the doghouse. That's for sure. Hey Jill. Hey Dee. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I had to come on because I found something pretty mind-blowing on Richard Allen. Everybody knows Richard Allen is, hey Jason, what's up, man? Glad you made it. Richard Allen, interesting arrest. Even more interesting, the term involvement in the murders. And, you know, it still leads me to believe that there's more coming. I think I'll save my tidbit on Mr. Allen that is just pretty mind-blowing. And I haven't had a lot of time to dig. I only did maybe about 30 minutes because my day today, if anybody saw me on It's Crying Shame, I had my little 2-year-old in my arms. He was yelling, "Stop it." It was hysterical. He was yelling, "Stop it," to Sonny and everybody. So we were at a Halloween party for my kids. We did trunk or treat for the 2-year-old at his little school. What else did we do? Oh, we did ringing ding dong ditch with my daughter, her friends, and my 7-year-old boy for a couple hours. That was a lot of fun. One of the dads was in the picture window dressed as Michael Myers. So the kids were crap scared to get out and ring the bell. And when they went out to ring the bell, the 2 boys came running out as Ghostface from Scream. So it was pretty awesome. Had a good time. And they got the little guy to sleep. Now it's me time hanging out with all of you. I don't care what Miss Vixen. I don't care what Miss Coffendorfer has to say. You know, she lost me saying it was still Ron Logan. She's lost. I don't care if she was a retired FBI agent. Put my career over hers because she's nonsense. Truth and transparency. Oh, your 6-year-old turning 7? My boy just turned 7 in August. I have 3. My daughter's going to be 11. I'm losing my mind over here. I actually know you only from, I think it was the Chris Watts case. You were doing a lot with Chris Watts case. Crazy case. I'm actually retired law enforcement from New York. So I followed along on Chris Watts, real demented individual, you know, annihilating his whole family. Still think that there's more to that story that we're going to get one day. So how's everybody doing? But I got to look at my phone because for some reason StreamYard, the comments, they come in late. Might have picked it up. Uh-oh. All right, there we go. Sorry, I'm winging it. I have just a busy day today. So let's go over Richard Allen, how close his location is to the bridge. You know, he's very close to the bridge, but I'm going to drop a tidbit on you because it is mind-blowing. Because I know everybody's already turned their heads. Oh, Keegan wasn't involved. TK wasn't involved. What have I said? 3 to 5 people. I stand by 3 to 5 people. And that's just for roles to play, Mike. Roles to play in the murders. Using the term involvement doesn't tell me it's closed. They don't have the whole guy. If they do Monday, I'll take that back. But just not the terminology you're going to use as law enforcement when you got your guy. We got it. It's done. You know, case closed. It's not that. We're not there yet. Doug Carter. I know he's in Europe. I'm sure that man's going to be back for Monday. If he's not back, that's very telling to me that he doesn't come back for this. You know, he's been the mouthpiece. Tobe hasn't said a thing. Tobe is just lone soldier, man. He's shot. He's getting knocked out soon. And then I know Mike Thomas got knocked out. I listened, and I was going to put a video out about it, but I didn't. Too many people were knocking law enforcement after the debate comments with the new guy from, where the hell is he from? He's a cop, and I'm just tired. Somebody will tell me where he is. The guy running for sheriff against Liggett. He's a cop in the city of something, where Tony Liggett, I believe he called it a concrete jungle. Very stereotypical, really kind of gross comment to make. Oh yeah, there's a lot more coming on this case. And if you're talking about Chris Watts' case, I still think there was more there. I really do. Mrs. Thanks, my daughter turns 21 in a week. Oh, hey, listen, you're past the rougher times. Yeah, Lafayette, that's it, Julia. Yeah, he's a Lafayette City Police detective, 20 years as a detective, 8 years in patrol, and just you could tell like the good old boy. So I know people like were picking that apart, kind of like picking apart the Delphi investigation. Like, oh, there's only one guy working on it. Well, what was that? 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago. The ones that have bashed law enforcement, you have been shut up. Shattered Mirror, uh, Beyond, what's his name? As Above, So Below. You guys should just go hide. Find a rock, go hide. You were wrong. You've implicated the family for how many years? A year now, at least. Come on, get over it. Vindication for the families today, for law enforcement, and for the girls. Michelle, I could do something on, definitely on Chris Watts, and maybe in his interrogations. They buttered him up. They brought him in the room, buttered him up, and people said, "Oh, polygraph doesn't stand in court." It wasn't about the polygraph results. They knew he was lying. That's what it was about. You get somebody in there, you mind F them to where they're eating out of your hand. You saw, the female detective would pat him a little bit, make him feel, oh yeah, she trusts me. Yeah, right. And then you crush them. That's how it goes. True Crime Design's another one. Yeah, there's so many. Dude, there's so many. There's so much trash out there. And let's just say it now. They're trash. How many times I did 3 lives in the last 2 weeks? Right? I wish I did more, but as you can hear, I'm kind of hoarse still. I just feel like shit. My throat was swollen. I haven't shaved yet. I'm growing a thick beard. I'm a mess. But that's what COVID will do. What was that? 1 second. I think my little guy's crying. If that is, I'm going to need a minute. My 2-year-old might be yelling daddy right now because my wife had yeah. All right, 2 minutes. Be right back. Be right back. I knew that was going to happen without fail. I knew it. All good. He's back sleeping. We'll see how long it lasts. Sorry. Let's see. I'm just getting back in the comments, see what I missed. I always return, Mike. I always return. Didn't expect it to come like 10 minutes in, but that's just the way it is. You know, he's got a little cough. I didn't get a cough this time, which is kind of weird. So maybe you know, little guys, they don't, even if they get it, you really don't know too much about it, if they have it or not. So yeah, let's get back to Richard Allen. He has I'm not going to say the name because we don't know why the alias is attached to him. He goes by Rick or Ricky, but he also goes by a totally different name, starts with a C. But let's just say it's very close to, there's a location attached to that person that is 3 minutes away from the client's house on Canal Street. I'm not going to give the address, but 3 minutes away by car. What is that? We get, I don't know, 8-9 minute walk, if that. It's very close. So we'll see Monday. But as I said, 3 to 5, at least 3 is what I've always been saying, but up to 5 people involved, depending on their roles. So we'll see. It's very interesting that alias is attached to Peru, Indiana, and that close to the house of the clients. Very interesting stuff. Very interesting. AnalysisoCrime with CD. Are we going to find out that ISP was playing for? No, I don't think so. I don't believe that Anthony Schatz or even Keegan Klein was just put out there to get this guy to move around. You know, they did the search warrant on his house on the 17th, so 11 days ago. So, you know, we're going to get more people. Phoebe, it totally depends. I got House of the Dragon on here and some weird shit going on. Great show. If you haven't watched it, definitely give a look at it. Mrs. Thang, I just did. That people are saying that like Tony Klein, Keegan Klein, they're out, they're not involved, blah, blah, blah. But this man's alias is blocks away, the address attached to him from Keegan's house in Peru. It's very interesting. The Rockaways, I do not have the search warrant, but it was on the 17th. They dug up the whole yard. It's a pretty big yard. If you've seen any of the videos online, he's done a lot of videos. Says a lot of weird stuff. He was trying to light fireworks basically on top of the family. They were at the table outside, and he was about to light off a big mortar cake right next to them. Definitely seems like he's batshit. Yeah, Mrs. Thang. Yeah, RSV is going around. I know. My son, who's 7, was hospitalized I think it was 18 months for like almost a week. Scary stuff, RSV. Scary stuff. No, Anna, yes. Let me rephrase that. The man arrested today, his address is in Delphi, but he did go by an alias that's attached to his arrest. You look at his arrest and in the jail, you'll see the alias there. I'm not going to say the name because it's a totally different name than his. You know, first name, middle, last name. Starts with a C, his first name. And the address attached to that is in Peru, Indiana, blocks away from Keegan's house. It's very interesting. Very interesting. In the area of where, William? I have all the family's addresses and stuff. I don't think any of his family was involved. It looks like, I also still think that there's more involvement in it. Using the word involvement in the murders definitely tells me a lot. You're not saying there's no finality to that. You want to know what the final is, and it's not final yet. Said Monkey, until you can rule him out, please don't tell me I'm a fool. What's going on with that? Let's not fight anybody. Let's all be happy here. Let's be happy, okay? You know how I roll. I don't roll with nonsense. We don't want to fight. Let's not do it. There's plenty of channels out there. Okay, there's plenty of channels. If anybody wants to divide and conquer each other, you could go hang out with those psychos. Not here. We're all happy people here. By coincidence, I did drive by his residence going to gate on private drive. Oh, did you go to Peru at all? I'll send you the address of that other person, True Crime Web, of the alias of Richard Allen. I just couldn't believe it. That was actually going to be the picture instead of Richard Allen. It was going to be the map showing, but I didn't want to give the address out, so it showed the route to the house, and I'm like, not a good thing to do. We're not here to give info like that out. But it's just mind blowing. People will figure it out because the name is out there. Yes, I agree with you on that. What do you think they'll talk about on Monday? They're going to talk about this man's arrest. I don't believe that they're going to give us much past that. True Crime Web said I did. If anybody doesn't know True Crime Web, check his channel out. Subs to his channel. Another retired law enforcement out of Georgia. Great guy. I did go to Peru, so you might have driven past this location because it's close, man. It is so close. It is scary how close it is. No, I get it. I wasn't able to read all the comments, but we all need to let's all be happy. No fighting anybody. Let's be happy. If you don't agree, don't agree. But Monday we're gonna get some info. Well, Doug Carter from the head of ISP is away, so he's been the mouthpiece at the last few pressers. So I do think that they are giving him time to get back. If he's not there, that tells me even more that we're not done. I don't know who. D, can you? D is pretty good at handling the nonsense. Let's not fight anybody. I'm not sure what's going on. There's a lot of comments, so I can't catch them all. Hey, Andrew, I know you're happy. Everybody should be. This should be a happy day. The girls, the family, and Ellie got justice today. Is it the final piece? I don't believe so, but I do feel we're getting close. D, do you want to pop on if I send you email me at AnalysisofaCrime at gmail.com, and I'll send you the link if you want to come on. Truth and transparency, same thing. If you want to come on for a little bit, AnalysisofaCrime at gmail.com. Maybe I should put it. Let me hold on. Let me fix this banner because I know it could get you a little. It's a little tongue twister, and people spell it wrong. Gmail.com. Anybody wants to come on and hang out for a couple? Come on up. I'm here. I'm hanging till my little guy cries again. Hopefully not soon. Hybrid, what's up? So happy you are live. Oh, I thought I'm telling you, I'm under the weather. You could hear it in my voice. I thought it said so happy you are alive. I'm like, man, damn, I wasn't going that long. I'm here, hanging. Can you speak to why a killer would commit such a planned crime so close to his home, just couldn't resist? Well, what if he was the bait? You know, what if he was the bait catcher to handoff? We just don't know. But the word involvement, and I'm sure Steve feels the same way. You know, that there's not a finality to the comments that were put out there on the arrest. I want finality. I want, this is the man who murdered the girls. That if that's what it was, that's what should have been put out today. This is the man who murdered the two girls. It should have been said like that. We have the murderer of the girls. And I get that. At the same time, finality to we have our guy. That wasn't put out there today. The involvement, not enough. What's up, Frank? D. Sending you the link, D. 1 second. Hold on. Sending D the link. Invites. G. Let me know if you got it, D. Olivia said, "I wonder if they killed him and just walked home. I mean, it's possible. I mean, we know that he was involved. You know, his involvement." Agrees. It feels fuzzy, open-ended still. Yeah, it is open-ended. It's definitely open-ended. Yeah, we could set something up. Email me anytime. No, I totally get it. No problem. No issue at all. D's in the house. Hey, Miss D.
Hey,
What's doing?
how are you? I'm so
Yeah, I'm
excited.
hanging.
I'm just crazy with excitement.
I know you are, and everybody should be. Everybody
I
should be happy right now. Nobody should be fighting in the chat. You know, everybody should be happy. Yeah, listen, I'm very upset that I said end of June and it didn't happen by end of June. July, August, 4 months later. You know, that's why last live said somebody put a time frame on it. I said, let's get to 6 years and then I'll go from there.
yeah. I just hope it doesn't take another 5+ years to get this guy in court and
No, it
in
wouldn't
jail.
be. If let's say if he was the sole killer, I don't I wouldn't see him not having a trial 6-8 months from now. Frank, I don't know if you heard it because I think you just got here, but I dropped a truth bomb on how Richard Allen's alias, and let's not put the name in the chat. People can find it, let them find it. But the name that starts with a C has an address only mere blocks away from Klein's home. Pretty interesting. In Peru, Indiana, the alias. Very interesting stuff. Doesn't feel right that a man would do such a crime, live in such a small community, work with public news outlets, reporter, connected to Delphi. Yeah, connected, involvement. What does that tell you? And I believe ISP put out, the comment was very vague today, right? It was like, I wish I could tell you more. Was that Doug Carter that said, I wish I could tell you more?
Doug Carter's away on vacation, I've heard.
Yeah, but I think he gave a very brief statement, and it was more like, you know, Monday we're going to announce stuff, but I wish I could tell you more, kind of thing. Frank, Frank, you saw the address of where the other house is? I don't think anybody saw it, and it's quite startling at how close it is to Keegan's house. It is very close. Murder lies pronounced that way. Well, Daisy, you've heard them say alias. I'm from New York. You know, tomato, tomato, potato, potato. Right, D?
Yes,
D, how you
that
been?
was my grammar Nazi comment. Like, just why?
Yeah. So, where were you when you heard today?
Where was I? I was sitting right where I am right now in my living room.
Nice. I like that.
I saw that Sleuth had a live scheduled for Monday, and then it just went crazy from there.
It did go crazy today. I was just so
It
busy
did.
I couldn't go live. I don't know. Were you in Sonny's chat when I came on with the little guy?
No, I wasn't. I was
You
in
missed
and
it.
out of Sonny's chat.
Yeah, I mean they were on for like 9 hours, but I came in with the little guy. We were at the my other two kids, their school's Halloween party. I think
Oh,
Michael
sweet.
Jackson was pumping in the background. And my little guy was like, "Stop it!" Said that to the camera. It was so cute. Stop it. Frank, that's great that you're going. I will be in Delphi soon. Not that soon, but I will be there soon. Gonna definitely make a trip. Part of the thrill for psychopaths. Yeah, I mean, psychopaths are just that. They're you know, there's no regard for human life. They could eat lunch right afterwards. Cops have to learn to do that, but psychopaths have that behavior from the first one, you know. Yeah, listen, you gotta understand something. His family is in an absolute state of shock today. last 11 days from their yard being dug up and everything else. Let's take it easy on on his family. His family wasn't involved. The girl wasn't involved. I mean, there's people calling his wife like a monster. I don't think she knew. If she did know and say something, that's different. But got to go with the side of she had no idea. I mean, I'm sure. Did you see one of the pictures of him sitting in the kitchen and behind him on the wall is the young bridge guy sketch?
Yes.
Really
That
eerie
freaked me
shit.
out.
But they're from Delphi. I mean, they're from Delphi. I mean, that's if that happened in anybody else's town, you're gonna have that remind. I mean, it was a little weird that's right on the wall, but still, I mean, I don't think she was hiding anything, and let his family be. They didn't do anything. The daughter is that was their dad role model. I mean, I don't know. I think somebody said it wasn't actually his daughter, but it's her daughter from another marriage or whatnot. But that girl looked up to him as a dad. Don't attack her. Don't be like, oh, I'm gonna reach out. Don't reach out to them. These family, they're grieving too. It's a different kind of thing, but they're victims
Their
also.
life as they knew it is
Yeah,
totally
it's crumbled. It's crumbled.
wrecked.
Like crumbled in on them 11 days ago when their yard was being dug up. You know, I don't believe she did either. I mean, people calling her a witch and a monster on Facebook groups. It's like these people, the people attached to this case. The other problem is that they forget how real this case is. I talk about it all the time because that's why you have channels out there. I mean, you got Rick Snay saying it's Ron Logan still. You got a retired FBI agent, Coffendorfer, still saying it's Ron Logan. Fuck off. I had enough of it. It's only so long you could deal with that. Like, enough now. It wasn't the old man.
Yeah.
It's sick.
I agree.
It's so sick. That was a bar, not a kitchen. Oh, it could be. Could be. I told you, I had 30 minutes to look at stuff today. I was very busy. Doing this live at 1 in the morning. I am shot. I'm recovered from COVID again. Like, I don't even know how I got it again. I mean, this is crazy. It was in our house 2 months ago. Like, how does it happen again? There's
I
another
don't know. I
variant.
want to know how it happens 5 times. That's how
Well,
many times I've had it.
you've had it 5. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm in New York, so it's like it spreads around here so fast. I'm 20 minutes outside the city. It spreads fast. It just does.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, we know how dangerous it is, but what are you going to do? You can't lock your kids up. My daughter is at sleepover right now. Her friend's sleeping over. You
Yep.
can't lock up your house anymore. What we did for 2 years, it didn't work anyway.
Yep.
The lockdowns didn't work. Yeah, you got to leave the family alone. The wife, the daughter, their life is destroyed. It is done. I mean, think of the girl. I mean, think she's 28, the daughter, stepdaughter. If she's daughter or stepdaughter, the man she looked up to is now involved in a double murder. Everything she's known about him is done.
Mm-hmm.
Doing an all-nighter, Frank? What are you doing? You going live for all night? You gonna do an 8-hour sesh? What are you gonna talk about? I'll hang out for a little bit later on. But what are you going to Delphi to do tomorrow? Fill us in. I'm interested. Frank, D, you always knows that Frank leaves us these little crumbs. I'm going to Delphi tomorrow. Tell us what you're doing there. I'm curious. Very curious. I did reach out to Carrie, and I said I congratulated her that an arrest was made and thinking about you and your family. Carrie gets the crap end of the stick when it comes to people thinking about people. She's Libby's biological mother. Let's be there for her too. Let's be there for her too. Hey, Miss Dog Lover. We'll see you soon. Yeah, I feel better, but as you can hear me, I don't sound amazing, but I'm here. I'm fighting it, fighting the fight. Yeah, D. So you had COVID 5 times, huh?
Yep.
Wow.
The last time was the worst time I was in a COVID for a weekend.
Your mom had it also, right, at the same time?
Yes, she was in the hospital for
I remember your mom was in the hospital.
8 or 9 days.
Man, it's scary stuff. It is. It's very scary stuff.
And she's so old, you know what I mean? Like, she's 77.
My dad's 81. That's why when he broke his ribs and was on the ventilator, it was horrifying. You know,
Yeah.
the chances of getting off a ventilator are super low at that point.
Mhm.
You know, oh, it is not Ron Logan. But the problem is you have a retired FBI agent that could have a friend attached to the case, Miss Robertson, that wrote the search warrant, and it just muddies the waters. It makes the family like think like it wasn't Ron. Let's stop bringing the guy up. It wasn't him. I'm not saying that Ron was the model citizen and was amazing to women, but he was not the man on the bridge. He could not take control of two girls, get down that hill, cross the stream, the creek, and get up the embankment to the kill zone and commit two murders, and then walk off on his cell phone. Come on, nonsense.
Daisy, everybody's meeting at Freedom Bridge at 12:30.
Oh, D, you're going tomorrow?
No,
Oh,
it's a 25-hour drive to Delphi for me.
oh,
I'm not going
but
anywhere.
have you been to one of the walks though? I thought you said.
No, I
Or you
wish.
wanted to go? Or maybe you said you wanted to go. I remember you were talking about it with somebody.
I would love to
So
go.
that's really nice, Frank. Make sure you live stream it. That's nice. Phoebe, yeah, digital storage device like they were looking for in the river. You know, could be many things that were found. Many things, even bindings for hands. You just never know. You never know. Tattoo, it's like a virus, but depending, it could be like 10x the virus. This one was pretty rough. I just haven't gotten a cough, but feel like crap. It's really nasty sore throat and that kind of stuff. Not fun. We have word sessions here. We do. From New York, we like to talk. Sometimes people don't like to hear facts, though. The Rockaways. How does it work out? If there are more suspects, more arrests coming? Well, let's just put a hypothetical out there, right? Wasn't it said in August that Keegan came out and spoke? Did Keegan chirp on this guy, and they've been watching him for a month, 2 months, and finally they, had enough? Maybe they went up on his phone on a wiretap. There's so many things. There's so many ways that things work that are behind the scenes that you just don't know about. And what made them get to him? Was it Keegan? I still don't think Keegan it just ended and it's over. That could change Monday, but even the wording with law enforcement is very strange.
I'm just so happy for the families that the case is moving.
100%.
That there was an
100%.
arrest.
Remember what I said last live stream? I said that they're living February 14th, February 15th every day until you get those cuffs on somebody, and you could start a different step in the grieving process. But until you have somebody arrested for the crimes, it's always replaying. So do you know anything about this? Is there an event going on at the ballpark?
I have not heard anything about the ballpark this week.
Randy's usually around. I mean, Frank might know.
I know that they're doing a walk. They're gonna like a Halloween walk because Halloween was Libby's favorite time of the year, and I think they're
That's
planting
nice. It's very nice.
They're gonna make it so
nice.
pumpkins grow at one of the memorials where they leave flowers and teddy bears and stuff.
I like that. It's really nice.
I think so too.
Listen, you gotta keep them in the forefront of everything.
Yep.
Well, truth, I'm just seeing this now. I believe that there's possibly a reason why this man has been clanked as of yesterday. Now, there's definitely a reason for it. I don't believe that he just finally came up and Ellie got him. I believe that something turned them onto him and got him. And it could have been Keegan. He had to chirp in order to get something. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that little paragraph thing that was put out. I mean, believable? We don't know. I mean, it could be possible. Always could be. But I still don't. I still don't take Keegan off the table, Tony off the table right now. Has to be a link, right? The rest coming so soon after. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? I mean, it definitely makes sense. There's got to be some kind of connection to it. Yeah, Olivia, it's going to be rough, but you got to remember they're also wanting to know those things, so they have their own closure and they're able to close out, you know, some of their feelings and stuff. You know, if you heard, was it it was for the 4 year on down the hill, and you know, I talked about it last live stream how you had Mike Batty talking, and he was sitting at the table with Doug Carter, and they were talking about how Doug Carter said there's things that he wants to know that I can't answer him, and he's like, "You owe me," kind of like, "You owe me to solve this case." So you know, you have to put closure on that. It's very important. Thank you. Working with law enforcement was strange, and yeah, definitely strange wording. If they had their guy and they felt he was the sole killer, nobody else involved, there was no reason not to have said that yesterday. No reason. And it's like there's just that, you know, it's continuing again. But at least somebody is being charged with something, and we're getting somewhere. He said, yeah, he was a pharmacist. Yeah, it's you know, I mean, think about it. Up until yesterday, people were going to the counter, getting their medicine, and asking this guy questions. You know, he could have started killing people by giving them the wrong medicine. You know, like that nurse right now that's in the UK that killed all those kids, or no, to kill all the adults. Really weird case that Crime Scene the Courtroom channel is working on. Pretty interesting. No, I could never watch. I tell people turned him in the beginning. I have a screenshot. I'm not sure, Angel Bear, what you're talking about, but I believe he was given it to law enforcement. I think I got to look at my email. I believe somebody told me his name maybe 6, 7 months ago, and I just didn't know anything about him. Man, I'm not ready to clear TK at all. Neither am I. Neither am I. Like that day.
Yep.
So, Dee, what are your thoughts on what's coming Monday? What do you feel is going to be said?
I think it's crazy. Monday's going to be crazy. Like, so many people have to, you know,
Well, you saw they already moved him to state prison,
yes, for his own protection.
and that's the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
It is, because there's no reason you want this man getting hurt right now and not getting the answers they need, whatever he's going to end up giving. Listen, I know people want justice to come from within, but that doesn't get, the answers need to be had first. You know, before this guy's beaten the shit out of, killed in prison, jail, whatever. You can't have that happen. Getting him out of there was key. Smart, very smart move. Very smart move. And, you know, have him in a 23-hour lockup, get what you got to get, and go from there.
Yeah.
He was a tech. KC, you might be right. I saw that he was a licensed pharmacist. I am not 100%. I had 30 minutes to look at him. I was more intrigued by his alias than anything else. I actually, India, somebody emailed me asking if he was on the searcher list, because I have a lot of the searcher list, but not the whole thing, Dave, and it's probably one of the pages I'm missing because he was supposed to be there at the search. I don't have his name on the papers I got. I don't know if you've ever seen them, the yellow, you know, the yellow legal notes with the names going down them. I have it, and I have a missing full entire page. It's got like probably 50 names on it, and who knows, maybe he's on that one, but he is not on the one I have. Neither is anybody in his family. I believe the KK find part of the information. We're getting so close. It is possible. It is possible. Anyone who automatically hates the suspect's family should watch interviews with BTK's daughter. She has suffered through a lot. Oh, 100%. I mean, to go on attack and say such nasty things about this guy's wife and his kid is just gross. Until you know for a fact that she had any knowledge of it, like, leave them alone. They're crumbling from within. Truth and transparency. I am a factual guy. That is important to me. And just giving my take on, you know, just from the law enforcement side of it, and just investigating what I can dig up on stuff. It's just important. You know, there's enough wacko channels out there that anybody that likes that kind of stuff could go into the conspiracy theory zone, but not here. We're factual. Look at what True Crime Web said. This is another retired law enforcement officer who is saying with BTK, they said, we got him. They didn't say we got him yesterday. They said he has been arrested for his involvement in the Delphi murders. Involvement tells a lot of stories. Angel Bear, that man has nothing in that cell with him. So he ain't killing himself. And nobody's getting to him. He is going to, you know, he's going to go through the ringer right now, and that's important. Squeeze him. Squeeze him. I'm not convinced quite yet that we have the head of the snake, but I'm hoping if we do. Yeah, I don't believe so either. I know a lot of people do, but I don't. Krista behind the crime earlier said that RA knew RL and TK, and I was at the search. I believe he was at the search. I just don't have him on the pages I have. I wish I did, but I don't, because I have 3 pages of the search members that were there, but I'm missing at least 1 whole page, if not more, and the one I have doesn't have him on it. And yeah, I don't doubt that he knows the clients. Ron Logan, I know people want to doubt that Tony Klein hunted his property. You can battle me on it all you want. I believe that Tony Klein has walked that land many a times. He has fished in that creek. He knows it. Daisy, you won't hear too many rumors from me. I go by just what I know and what I could break down. Rumors just it's not gonna get anybody anywhere. I'm like tongue twisting tonight because I still feel like shit. So D, so tell me. So you heard today you were in your living room and you broke, right? It broke you a little bit.
I've been crying on and off all day because my heart is just so full. Like, I've lived and breathed this case for 3 years come December, and it's wrecked a relationship because I watched too much YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, this case is important to me.
Yeah. Don't get upset. I get it. It's
and it's just like this stupid little busts of tears every few hours. Just
if half of the people that are involved in this case feel the way you do, we'd be in a better place. There's too many that are here to cause division and bullshit and flood the waters with Ron Logan, and Kelsey's involved, and it was Mike Patty. It was Mike Patty paddling down the creek. Like, fuck off. You know what I'm saying? It makes me incensed. It does. It incenses me because it's nonsense. Mm-hmm. The family are grieving still. They will grieve the rest of their lives, but this starts that next process. Here's the alleged bone. They say CBS gave Libby's family free photos after the funeral, and this family went in after the funeral, and the guy that rang out the family was in fact Alan. Yeah, that's highly possible. It's highly possible. Highly possible. No, this is whatever said, but no arrest has been made. I got to start reading the comments that I answer because I get emails, because I should do it and I forget. But no arrest has been made before this, so that's something. They are so careful that they must have serious evidence that I wouldn't move on him. Nobody is saying that at all. I'm just saying that he is arrested for his involvement in the murders. When you hear the word involvement, it is not a finality. He is not the final chess piece in this puzzle. That's all I'm saying.
But we're a step closer.
Yeah,
to the end. And
this
that's
is
important.
This is a huge step, and I'm just sick, and my kids are sleeping. I can't yell. Don't take it as me saying that this isn't a big thing. It's huge. This is monumental for this case, but at the same time, we gotta slow it down. because there's more to this puzzle, and we're going to get it. Wasn't his license also suspended? Even if it was, who cares? What does it matter? It's a license. People drive every day without licenses.
Yeah.
Or they get a different state. What I've seen in my own law enforcement be mind blown. I've been handed a license from out of state with 7 names on it, so that you'll never try and figure out. And then they play the game that they don't have. There's no English, so you're trying to figure out who the hell this person is. Did they have warrants in our state? Crazy stuff. Crazy. Most of those licenses back in the early mid 2000s came out of North Carolina. And for them to put that many names on a license was disturbing. Yes, I know all about that address in Indianapolis, but the address in Peru, Indiana is very important, in my opinion, because it is mere steps away from Keegan's home. Steps away. So was this man living a second life with a second name? That does happen. People use different names all the time for decades so that they could have a separate, basically financial background to plug and play their life. It happens all the time. Something is amiss with this second alias that he had, alias, if you want to go that way. Bossy, great footage you shared on Sleuth. Love seeing you, my freak family member. Cindy, hope you're doing well. I was listening to Sleuth for the ending because I was about to go to the second Halloween party I had today. But I definitely missed that. I got to watch it back. Oh, wait, was that maybe the guy was jumping up and down? No, I think that was on Sunny's too. I didn't see it. But I watched a lot of video on this guy, and I don't know if anybody saw him on the ski slopes that they were just taking a ride. There was no snow or anything, but he made a comment to his wife like, this could snap right now. Did you see that?
Sorry, I didn't
it's
really
on his
hear
wife.
ya.
It's on his wife's Facebook and her videos. They're on the ski slope on the what is the ski? What are they called? That's how shot I am right now. What are the things called? You ride up the mountain. Do you know what it's called? Anybody? What is it called? Whatever. You're on the thing, the wire thing. You sit on it. You go. That's how I'm brain shot right now. But he made a comment like it's gonna snap. And she like who says that to their wife while you're sitting like 150 feet in the air? Like, oh, it's gonna snap. This guy has a sick personality to him. Phoebe asks, what are the possible motives for a group of men to do this? Sexual. Many other things. There's many things. I say gruesome enough things sometimes, and I guess I gotta tone that back. Sometimes I just don't. It's not that we do it on purpose. I'm sure Steve does it too. It's just we're like a little bit desensitized, so we gotta just kind of like pull the reins back a little bit. They should fuck off, Cindy. Yes, they should. You're naming the family, Mike Patty, Ron Logan, and I'm not saying Ron Logan was the model citizen, a number one citizen of Delphi, but let the man rest in peace. He's not here anymore. If anything was found in his house in March 2017, the man would have been in handcuffs. It didn't happen. They found nothing. There were bloodhounds there. There were regular shepherds were there. They had plenty of dogs. They searched every bit of that land and found nothing. Nothing. Yeah. Involvement is not arrested for murder. 100%. It's just not. Not. Well, cool. I didn't see that. I've had a rough week, if you hear my voice. I've missed out on a lot. Sleuth emailed me the other night to come on blog. Barely could lift my head off the pillow, so I couldn't make it on. Andrew said pronounce alias, however you want. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. He was drinking. That's all he was doing. Who was drinking? I didn't catch that. I'm drinking a Diet Coke. You're drinking for me.
Oh, I wish. All I have is Pepsi. Gross.
I like Diet Pepsi too, though.
Oh, I can't drink it.
Diet Pepsi, I could drink. I could drink Diet Pepsi in a can. I can't drink Diet Coke in a can. It's too gassy, and I feel like I'm gonna explode from inside.
Fountain Diet Coke is the very best from Subway.
True Crime Web says desensitized is definitely an understatement. Yeah, I'll tell you a crazy story. I had a batshit crazy partner when I was in the city, NYPD, and he would love to do weird things to me when we had to sit on a dead body until the medical examiner came to take it away, even if it was natural causes. In the city, they would never just release the body. Other places, they do that all the time. Doctor will just sign it, and the body can get released to the funeral home. Not in New York City. Medical examiner always had to come. And we have had some of the most gruesome, even natural cause deaths, just terrible. So this one poor guy passed away in between the couch and his coffee table, and his arms were up, like he had rigor mortis set in. So the whole problem is you might have to sit there, D, for 4 or 5 hours waiting for the medical examiner to come. That's just what it is. You're there until they come. And he's like, oh, I'm going to go get food. So he went to White Castle. He got his food. And he had a sick sense of humor, right? So he sat down on the couch, and I couldn't do it. He sat like basically by the guy's feet. But D, to bother me, he kept slapping the guy 5, and it's just, when you think about it now, this has to be 18 years ago. I mean, it's funny to giggle at, but the guy I was working with was a psycho. He just didn't care. He's eating a cheeseburger and slapping this guy 5, and I'm like, stop it. But it's just,
you were gonna say he put the burger in his hand.
He might have put a fry in between his fingers and then ate it. Yeah, he might have done that, but yeah, it's just, it's people don't understand it. We have to have dark humor, because everything you're doing, especially in the NYPD in New York City, there's a lot of death. It's a huge city, and even if it's just natural causes, it happens every day, and you end up there and things just don't always look so great. I mean, I've seen a guy who's basically, his face melted into his wood floor because he was there for 3 weeks in the summertime. You have no idea, and you have to sit there until they come. It's like, and his son called like, you couldn't get your dad for 3 weeks. You lived in California. You finally decided to call while I'm working. You couldn't have waited 8 hours. It's crazy. What I had to walk into is basically his face melted into the floor. I mean, that's how horrifying. And the smell, you can only imagine. But that's what we see. Steve knows what I'm talking about. It's just, you had to make a mental filing cabinet and just pack it away. But you also have to have some giggles, or you'll lose your mind. It's the same thing with the military. You have to. There's no other way. Bees Knees says, I love teasing my siblings, especially. Well, he wasn't senior to me. I was actually senior to him. He was just crazy. He was crazy, and he enjoyed doing things that made my stomach turn at times. And it was funny sometimes, but sometimes it's like, leave the poor guy's body alone. I mean, to put a friend, I think he actually put his cigarette in between his fingers too, then took it out and lit it. I'm like, dude, that is so. I'm like, you just put that in your mouth. Like, what are you doing?
Gross.
Yeah, CD, you have seen some terrible stuff. Thank you, Cindy. Yeah, I mean, it's EMTs see it. We all see it, and 9/11 was pretty bad too. There was no bodies. It's only pieces. Terrible. Little pieces of bone. Absolutely horrifying. What people got to bury was horrifying from 9/11. That's something that will haunt me forever. Don't they have to be charged before they get signed bond? Yeah, of course. But there also could be charges coming. They don't have to hit them with everything right now. True Crime says, I plead the 5th. It's all good, man. But you know exactly what I'm talking about. I've seen some crazy shit. Olivia said, Steve spill. Maybe one night me and Steve will have a drink over the internet and talk about some crazy stuff we've seen. And only the ones that want to hear it can hear it. Hybrid said, I worked in child welfare. I understand desensitization is a condition required for survival. Delicate balance that must be achieved. It's very true. Very true. And child welfare stuff is not easy. I've witnessed a mother kill her daughter, and it was this beyond disturbing. Child wasn't even 2 years old and didn't even get a chance. Didn't even get a chance. All for the mom wanted to hook up, and her night was being ruined. So she banged her kid's head against a concrete wall 3 times. Tragic. My ex was a welder at 9/11. He said he only recovered pieces. That's all there was, Indian. That's all there was. Dust and pieces. That's it. You know, when people make jokes even today about 9/11, it actually happened right before 9/11. It was a country club in Jersey decided to make a menu. Did you ever hear about this? You could actually Google it and find it. Google like New Jersey Country Club in 9/11, and you'll see it. They made a menu. Let me see. Let me see if I can pull it up because I got to read it to you because you won't believe. You will not believe. Wait, hold on. Country Club. You will not believe it was on this menu. Country Club menu. Right, let me read this menu to you. Let me read this menu to anybody that wants to hear something very disturbing. I was at Virginia Country Club, not New Jersey. I'm sorry. But this was the menu. The Pentagon Pie. The Pentagon Pie. Right? Pentagon was hit by a airplane. Right? Freedom Flounder. Right? 9/11 oysters with chipotle remoulade. How nice is that? Right? The Never Forget sampler. Right? I mean, really fucked up things. The Remember Teeny. The Remember Teeny. I mean, did they not know how many people died? 2,700 people died that day, and how many thousands that have died since from inhaling what we had to while we were there? It was called the Clubhouse at the Aquia Harbor in Virginia. Limited seating, but curbside pickup is available. Yeah. The 29, this is what it's called. Listen to this. This is the most sick, this is the sickest one. 2977 chowder. That's how many people died that day. 2977. That was the chowder. That was
I
the
wonder if
name of
they
the chowder.
sold out a lot of their stuff, though, probably.
No, they got destroyed. Flight 93 redirect. Flight 93 went into the ground. Okay? That's I mean, yeah. And then they said at the bottom, consuming raw or uncooked meats. I mean, I have to laugh because this is sick. I mean, think about that. So someone like me who was there at what I witnessed, and then no, Steve said they really didn't think that through. Steve, there was no thoughts at all. There was zero thoughts. The thought went out the window at let's name this Patriot Day 2022. That was the name of the day. Seafood Sunday, Patriot Day 2022. Yeah. So just remember that if you're ever in the area and they want to inspire you to go there, yeah, Flight 93 was a movie. Yeah, it was a movie. Yeah, the Flight 93 redirect. But yeah, 2,977 chowder. And the manager's comment was something like, you know, we didn't think it would hurt so many, but we take that back. We're going to change them. There's no coming back from that. Yeah. Phoebe said, "Holy shit!" Yeah, oh, yeah. This is factual. If you'd like to see it, if you'd like to see it, let me see if I can just put it up for you so I can show you the menu. I'm gonna do that. Here, let's click on a picture. Let me see if you can. I don't know if you get to see it so well. This is actual factual menu that was put out the week before. Yeah, and they took a little shitload for that one. But yeah, people just don't think. Sonny is in the house. Steve, don't you ignore me or I'm coming to steal your cuffs. Sonny, you coming on? Let me send Sonny the link because I just have to. Because Sonny always harasses me that he is taking care of his kids and only comes on when he feels like it. So we're going to send her a link. Sonny and share. That's not her email, guys. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. What the hell is her email? Sonny, it's coming.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem. I'm here. What am I doing wrong here? Oh, hold on. I gotta switch here. There we go. Sonny, it's coming. Sonny, it's coming to your Sunny End email. You know what that means. Sunny End. It's coming right now. Okay, backing up, coming back. Here I am. Yeah, you could laugh all you want. You better click that link. CD, you're awesome. Family comes first. You've done your time. Yeah, Cindy, I'd say so too. I was a 22-year-old kid when I had to see down there. And you know what? I signed up for it, even though I was 22. You know, it was July 2001 when I got hired. And we all signed up for it. We just didn't sign up to be lied to by our government and breathing toxic dust for, months. Even after that, even when we were back in the academy, it was blowing up, blowing up the roads. But they didn't want to hurt. They didn't want to hurt the businesses. That's what it comes to.
Dude, I look like shit, but whatever.
What's up? Well, you only did like 12 hours alive today. 12 hours alive will do that to you.
Hold on, I gotta. There we go. Sorry about that.
Right.
I had 2 tabs open there.
Oh, no problem. Oh, you were doing a little echo?
Yeah.
Hybrid says Pete Davidson is the only person qualified to be 9/11. He is. That's not even an opinion. That's a fact. Listen, his dad passed away in 9/11. He was a fireman. He has every right to. You know what? The jokes he makes is how he's able to cope with it, and there's nothing wrong with that. I totally understand it.
Is it so
Dave,
long?
those towers were so tall that I could go to a bridge 30 miles away and see them perfectly on a clear day. That's how impressive those towers were. And they were gone in an instant. Dust.
No, I didn't nap.
Mike asked you, did you power nap?
No, what happened was this. My husband brought me
Hey,
dinner.
Teresa. Yeah.
And then Alexa called me. And then Lewis called me. And then, Lewis called me. Then Alexa called me. Then
You've been busy.
Lewis called me. And I was looking at something, but I'm not going to talk about it today because I think I understand now, like, where this guy comes into play and why.
Wait, did you hear what I said before?
No, I just
his alias, right?
Alias.
I'm not saying the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can say alias. That's fine. Alias,
Yeah.
alias, same thing. Is an address to Peru, 3 minutes away from the clients, which is mind blowing.
Yeah, and actually, it's a lot more than that with that guy. It's a lot more than that.
No, there is a lot. There's totally a connection there. Totally a connection.
Yeah.
Tim, if you rewind, you'll hear me say it over and over again. Involvement was said yesterday. His involvement in the murders. There's no finality to that. So just think about that. Mm-hmm. So, Sonny, what is your feeling? What are you feeling?
Well, my thing is this. I feel like the guy that's in jail is he's that guy. The person that I always like. I don't know that the storyline will hold true to what I've said about the storyline because I'm not still sure about that. But what I'm seeing here is that if you look at the alias's name, you're gonna see Cunningham, you're gonna see Grigsby, you're gonna see Talitha Beckley, you're gonna see Cottrell City, you're gonna see all those names that attach to those people still.
The circle.
Mm-hmm. So this guy to me that's in jail, he would be the guy that I was probably looking for because I was looking for one person, and it would be the person that was in charge of it all. So I'm thinking that the guy that's in jail is the person that's in charge of it all. That he's that person at the top.
I gotta be honest, I don't feel that he looks like a mastermind in any way, but we just don't know.
Right.
It could be. I mean, he's very reckless in the videos with even his family. He's about to light that big ass firework right next to the kids sitting down at the table. Like he's definitely batshit.
Well,
He scared the wife on the what's the thing called? The ski thing. What's it called? When you go skiing.
That weight machine?
No. When you go skiing and you sit on the thing that takes you up the hill.
Ski lift.
There we go. See, Diddy, that's how shot I am tonight. Sorry, I had COVID again. If you could hear
Did
it,
you?
yeah, I
Oh
can't believe
wow,
it.
dude.
Yeah,
Wow.
can't believe it. Well, it's like I'm like I just got a virus. Like I don't think so. So of course she tested me. Boom, positive. All I
Oh,
needed. Yeah, I feel like shit.
aw. So it's
No
hitting you
cough.
like a flu?
No cough. Yeah, it was like it honestly felt like the flu. Like my shins were killing me. You know that kind of stuff.
Oh.
Like my underneath my throat was killing me. But
Yeah.
no zero cough, which is kind of weird. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You
I
know?
breezed through mine. No, it was mine was more like a head cold, whereas my
Yeah.
husband and my brother-in-law had it a lot worse. So I kind of breezed through it like a head cold, but then I got something again that I thought was COVID. I didn't retest. I only took it one day, but I did last time, the first time it didn't test positive till 3 days after. I didn't care. I was just riding it again. But I had what you just said there, sore throat here and underneath, really it was really sore.
Kidding.
And
Look at the comment.
what?
How do you look so sexy if you're with the NYP 20 years ago? Well,
It's a salt and pepper
2001
beard.
when I got hired, I was 22 years old. I was a puppy. I actually am going to put up my on my channel on my community post. I'll put up my academy picture.
I think that
See how
comment
young
was
I
from
was.
me. I've been in the PD for about 20 years, 21 to be honest with you.
Yeah,
You didn't know this. This
yeah.
is obviously new information to you.
How far away? How far is the flight daily from Canada to this New York City?
Yeah.
The rumbling city. How far is that flight daily?
Oh,
I'll tell you
God,
right now,
God.
getting on the 550 train to the subway every morning
No. Yeah. So,
sucked.
what have you guys all been talking about? Just the dude.
Just everything. Yeah, I like to go all over the place. You know, talk about the dude a little bit. Talk about everything.
Yeah. I came
You
in
know.
and you're talking about food.
Oh no, I
Pentagon
was talking
food.
about I was talking about the Virginia Country Club because we were just talking about being a city cop and just 9/11 and that stuff, and just how a Virginia Country Club decided to create a menu and talk about how many people died with their clam chowder. The clam chowder was called 2977 clam chowder,
Oh,
and just really disturbing things. But people are just fucked up, you know that.
yeah. No.
No, Teresa, stay. You rewind later. Don't rewind now. Richard Allen Bridge guy. He could be. He could be. He walks like him. He has a weird right knee to him. You don't think so?
No, absolutely no. Even if you take away my POI,
Yeah,
it's
we're talking about that too. Yeah,
yeah.
we're talking about
I like
my. No, it's something you missed. That I was telling stories about how my partner liked to play with the dead to harass me on calls.
oh
Slap
yeah.
him. Yeah, one guy had rigor mortis like this in between the coffee table and the couch, and he'd sit there with his fries and he's slapping him 5, and I'm just like disturbed by it. I'm like, come, stop
Wow.
it. Let him be. You know,
Yeah.
listen, it's just dark humor you got to have.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
gotta have
Absolutely.
dark humor, or you won't last. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
But no, I don't think he's the BG, and I think that people are racing to conclusions before we hear stuff on Tuesday. But I know better than that, to be honest with you.
Well,
I'm
think
just,
about it.
you
Think
know,
about it. There's too many people out there that want to discount everything, and there was no finality put on what they said yesterday. There was no, we have the killer.
mhm.
If you had the killer, that would have been said. We had the killer, the sole killer of the 2 girls, Libby and Abby, was never said. They said this man was
Yes.
arrested for his involvement in the murders. Involvement tells me there's more than one. Like I said, 3 to 5.
Yeah.
Circle, right? Circle.
Yeah. I mean,
And what roles they played.
exactly. Do I still believe KD is involved, Cindy? Absolutely. The thing is with this, let me just say this. I have no problem ever admitting if I was wrong. I have no problem laying down my cards. Why would I? When I've spent that much time to determine who the BG was, and I know that there's more to come to this than what meets the eye. So if people are going to jump to the conclusions already that the BG equates to the guy that's in jail, that's basically counted. Like I said, not having your ducks in a row yet because we don't know the involvement. Now, if people want to think that that's the BG, go
They
right
can think.
ahead.
Listen, anybody can think whatever they want.
Right?
You
It
know,
doesn't matter.
listen. The
We
one.
want justice.
Let's put this one though. The ones that have bashed the family, that have accused Kelsey over and over again. Mike Patty, or Cody or the father, anybody. Go F off. Go find the rock, take your channel down, and go hide now. Go away. Go
Should
away.
design.
Okay?
Anyway,
You want to keep
sorry.
pushing the Ron Logan theory out there? Go away now. Go away.
That's
You know?
May.
Go find the rock and end it now.
Sorry.
I can't really hear you.
So, Lynn, I'm very happy that your mom is okay, and that's honestly very scary that she flew out of Boston on the 10th and not the 11th. That God was on her side. You know what happened on September 11th is things that nobody should forget, and the whole thing, never forget. People have forgotten. You know, people have forgotten. They're attacking the police left and right now for no reason. The people are just attacking police cars. You've had people in New York City, partners sitting in a car who have been murdered, executed, sitting in their window. Now you have glass put there, shield, so that somebody shoots into the windows, it's going to be blocked now. But you have people attacking the police. We're in a shitty time right now.
Yeah, and absolutely, Lady Rainstar. I'm happy there's movement. I think we're all happy there's movement. Regardless of what anybody thinks, we want movement. That's what we wanted to happen. That's what we want. Justice for Abby and Libby. I left Becky a message myself too. She said thank you, because that's it. That's all we want. At the end of the day, we wanted to see movement, and that's what we're seeing.
I reached out to Carrie.
Yeah, nice.
I told her, I'm happy for them, because this is a piece. This is a piece of closure. This is why everybody's here, the ones that are helping, not for the ones that are bashing the family, but the right channels that are here to help. I mean, anybody can see. I go on Sonny's channel. She comes on my channel. I go on Sleuth's channel. He comes on my channel. He goes on. Everybody is. There's a group that talks and are friendly, and then you have the ones that are here to just divide and split people up and take you in the rabbit hole. Yeah. There's look under the bridge. There's a video camera. Well, what? What the fuck?
Oh,
what the fuck are you seeing? Look right here. There's Libby and there's Abby. Dude, as above, so below. Go read Ron Logan's search warrant. That is a factual report that is put out there. You don't lie. You can't lie in a search warrant to give into a judge. Okay? Can you extend the truth with the cell phone stuff? Yes. That is a factual statement. The girls were murdered where they were found. They were moved feet, maybe 3 feet to complete a staging. Let's get real.
There was no signs of a struggle, regardless of what the Erskine texts say.
Do you remember what I've said about that? And I said it on my first time I was with Sonny and Sleuth, that to take 2 girls, it doesn't matter, 2 of anything, two young kids. There's flight. There's so many things that could happen. You have to bind their hands. You have to do something in order to take control of 2 people in an outdoor space like that. And our guy, Sonny, remember Ron Logan's search warrant, how it talks about, he always carried his gun.
Yeah.
There was a reason for that. This man had a concealed carry permit.
Yeah.
Steve said, go into rest. Have a long day tomorrow. Adrenaline is Mach 10. Yes.
Have a good night, Steve.
True. True. Very true. Yeah, I mean, this man's going to have his first few, court appearances, and I'm hoping they bring him in, on Monday and not a online one. But I think they'll bring him in. This is something that, and bringing him in, they'll have him in he'll be in a bulletproof vest and everything, because you don't want this man hurt right now. If he's going to talk and cooperate, you want to do everything possible to keep him as safe as possible. So maybe they will do an online one. We just don't know, because it is available in the jails, and they moved them from jail to a prison to keep him safe. Sonny, it's crazy.
Oh, sorry, I'm just answering back a thing back. Can I ask you? So, do you think that the guy that's in jail is? Because we haven't heard that it's official that he murdered, right? Have we?
No.
No, we haven't heard that.
No, we haven't.
No.
I put it this way: if he was the killer, not just involved, they would have said that yesterday. There's a reason they are strategic with their words. It's been like this from the first presser, the day they were missing, and when they were immediately found. The first presser where they were sitting at the table. where you had the Delphi chief with Sergeant Riley and Tobe Lesenby, the three of them. They have been strategic with their wording at every time something is put out there. So when you're saying this man was arrested for his involvement, it is very telling. Very telling.
Okay. CD, what did I just ask you?
If about him, is he the murderer?
And what did you say? What the shit?
Well, no, I said that if he was, they would have said it yesterday.
Oh yes, thank you. Sorry. So I'm gonna put something into your
Give me
messenger.
a hypothetical. Oh,
Pardon?
yeah.
I'm gonna
Yes,
put something into your messenger for you. I'm just gonna mute myself for a second because something just came to me. Okay. So, but
Yeah.
don't say it on the live or nothing. I'm just gonna privately put it to you. Thank you.
So, Sonny, how are you feeling? Are you like me, a mess today? Like, just so happy and
Yeah, just
so confused by it all?
not no more so much, to be honest. I was. CD, can you send me a message to my
Yeah, where am I send it?
just a messenger?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, but your name keeps dropping down to the bottom somewhere. Sorry,
That's
dude,
nice.
1 second.
I'm glad I'm at the bottom. You could pin me up
No,
top.
it's
But
because
okay, no problem.
when I was sending out something, all of a sudden your name ended up like way down there. Give me a sec, D. But yes, I think some clarity is coming my way.
Yeah,
For sure.
initial charges will come Monday. That's definite. Initial charges will come Monday. Yeah, he'll be ready his charges.
I'm just so happy for the family, Sonny. It's just like, I'm so happy for them that they're getting some answer.
Anna, let me say this, Anna. The only way the death penalty would be taken off is if they don't have enough, and they need this person to cooperate. If they have enough, this is two girls brutally murdered in the woods. There's no reason to take the death penalty off. Did you send it to me, Sonny? You sent it? Am I looking? Where am I looking? Mrs. Stang, off to bed. Thank you. You are welcome. Yeah, you can rewind tomorrow. I'm not going anywhere. I got a busy weekend ahead, but Monday I will be on. I will also join Sleuth for a little bit. I'll even, Sonny, whatever. We'll all chat. We'll all be around. Death penalty was in law. Yeah, of course. The murder case is an open case until somebody is charged. Nobody was charged. I answered you back. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. They were 2017, the same year. The case, once it's opened, the arrest, if the arrest was made prior to the death penalty being put in place, that would be different. But we're in 2022 now, so death penalty would be on the table. CD, but what happens if this guy is killed before? Meaning for a deal? It's a big hypothetical. I get what you're saying. Like you're saying, like a BTK type guy, where getting information would be key to give closure to other families. I mean, it could be possible, but I don't think it is. I don't think it is. We don't even know. Law enforcement isn't even telling us that he is the killer. Using the term involvement to me tells me a lot. A lot. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I understand where you're thinking there. But just think of the word involvement. Involvement doesn't say this is the sole perpetrator in the murders of Abby and Libby. You would want that expressed. You would want to show that this case is the iPad. I think it's weird because the iPad Pro camera isn't up top. So if anyone knows, I have to look to the side. It's kind of annoying. That's why sometimes I'm like looking all over the place because it's very annoying. Hey, Jen. Hey, CD. Great to see you live. Today is the day. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And every day forward as we move along.
Oh, there's hey Jojo.
He might have been Rockaways. He might have been in the search party, and if he was, they spoke to everybody in that search party, because when murders happen, people join the search. Remember that.
So my son just came out to see me, and he said, "Mom, it's so nice to not see you crying."
Ah, that's good.
God love him.
Nah, you gotta love your kids. So important. You know, so important. Today is yesterday and now today. It is a great day. It's possibly dug up the backyard for buried pets, as I've heard they have animal fibers from seeing. That's a great thought. Yeah, could be possible. Remember how many unknown fibers and hairs were found on Logan's search warrant again. Cheryl Ann says, hi from Throg's Neck. Well, let me enlighten you, Cheryl. I was in the 4-5, 45th Precinct, who covers Throg's Neck. So I don't know how old you are, but I was a cop in your precinct for a couple years before I transferred. Isn't that crazy? Had a lot of rest in the Throg's Neck, too. Very, very cool. Country Club, Throg's Neck, Co-op City was all my area. Well, he's going to lawyer up no matter what. I mean, I'm sure he lawyered up when they started digging up his yard on the 17th. Just think about how coincidental that is. The 17th of the month. Ron Logan search warrant, 17th of March, 2017. Interesting. I'm not saying that that's definitely the reason, but still interesting. Cheryl says, oh my God. Yeah, that's where I started. I was in the 4-5. Yep, East Tremont and Barclay. That's where I was. Had one cop there who would light toilet paper on fire and throw it from the 3rd floor at us. Crazy dude. Good guy. Long time ago. Long time ago. But yep, that's where I started as a rookie. Yep, and I had a great sergeant who loved me so much, he made me take the bus. Imagine, you got to take the bus. They won't even let you take somebody drive you in the police car to a foot post in Co-op City. Yeah, 40-minute bus ride. Figure that one out. So much fun. Yeah, Throg's Neck is a great place. It is. Great place. I enjoyed working there. People are great. Good time. Good time in my life. How likely would it be for Libby to be talking to a predator and being followed by another? Psych sound, rise up, unafraid. Like the name, and I agree. I agree with you. Charlene, it's too long for me to remember the bus, but it's freaking highly possible. I used to get it right in front of the jewelry store and take that long ride, and everybody would be staring at me like, what did he do wrong? What I do wrong, it was because I was Italian, and my sergeant wasn't. But he could stick me out there every day, and I'd come in with an arrest. So pick me up, I got a collar. Collars for dollars. You want to mess with me, I mess with you back. Now you just lost the guy on foot because I'm not staying there all day. It's just the way it is. 100% it's still active. 100%. I love Sonny. Sonny, JoJo Ballistic said, I love Sonny and Aspen and Deb and y'all. Y'all.
Yeah, JoJo's from Suzanne Morphew case.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, a great lady. Just a great lady. Sorry, my husband's coming to bed now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Steve Austin.
Steve Austin.
Let me get a hell yeah.
Give him a hell yeah, honey.
Sure.
Sure.
Does he know who I'm talking about? Steve Austin, the wrestler. He gets it? I'm sure he's heard that many times.
Yeah,
you know?
he said
Let me get a hell yeah. Yeah, it's so funny. I used to be a big wrestling fan many years ago. You know, back in the late 90s. It was a good time to be a wrestling fan. Mike said, CD, did a big arrest ever take place on the weekend? Do you think next week? Well, big arrests happen all the time, but if you're going to knock in a door, usually isn't on a Saturday or Sunday. Usually during the week, 6 a.m., clank, clank, door comes off, flashbang goes in, and take him down. That's for violent criminals, not for a Karen or something like that. I got jokes tonight. See that, Sonny? I got jokes tonight.
You got jokes. The jokes.
Phil's Italian here. I think he's saying from Philly.
Sorry, you guys can probably hear my pecking.
Yeah, I'm not Irish, if you can't tell. Italian stallion. Southern District of Indiana, Evansville man sentenced to 8 years federal prison for destroying child sexual abuse charges to his count. Nice. Lock them all up and send them. You know, I wish there was more we could do. You know, take away that drive that they have, if you know what I mean. I don't find that to be an inhumane sentencing, but who am I? He's 45. Am I? No, I'm not. I'm at 2:06 a.m. He's 45 minutes behind on chat. He'll never get to our questions. No, I'm not. I'm right on time. Sonny, you still here? Did Sonny leave us, D?
No, I was pecking, and I didn't want, because my husband hates it what you guys must hear if I'm pecking away, because my keyboard is one of those ones.
You're doing the yeah. I get it.
My avatar went away as
well. Let your husband go to sleep. I totally get it. No problem. We'll talk this weekend.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't realize he was coming to bed in totally a sense. Fine. But no, it was great coming on here for a few minutes that I was. And either way, CD, you know, and for everybody else, justice for Abby and Libby is what we want. Again, 100%. The truth will come out. I just want the truth to come out, like the full truth to come out. I don't want no half crock bullshit of truth. I want the full truth. But we all know that in life that's not realistic always to happen that way. But it would be nice if the full truth comes out. But we'll just wait till Monday and see what happens, eh?
I agree. Yeah. We'll talk this weekend.
Yeah. Okay. Take care, you guys. Have a great night.
You guys. Tell Steve. Good night, Steve. Yeah. Good night, Steve Austin.
Good night, Steve Austin.
Hi, Mr. Sunny.
Honey, they're saying good night to you.
Oh, night.
There you go.
Good night.
Okay. Take care, guys. Have a great night.
Good night. Tim, you weren't here, but I gave a little tidbit that the alias used by Ricky Allen, his alias that he used has an address located in Peru, Indiana, mere, not feet, but yards, maybe some yardage away from the Klein's home. Very, very telling to me. Very telling. Very telling. Cindy, I don't like spreading that because, and it's not to be a jerk. It's just he could be using another person's identity. It could be possible, so I don't want to do that. But it starts with a C, and the last name starts with an R. So that's what I'll say. So, and I believe it is all over Facebook. I think there are some groups that are just throwing names out there.
I haven't gone on Facebook once today.
I only went because I wanted to just see that somebody sent me that thing and attached it to something. So I had to go on and see the paragraph about about how it's connected to clients or something. I'm like, nonsense. It's just nonsense. Until we know for a fact it's nonsense. But what I found tells me more than somebody just writing the paragraph up and leaving that out there. Yeah, I mean, if Tom has it up there, that's fine. I didn't see his live. I don't know what he was going over. Not really sure. And the Rockaways gave away the middle initial, so you have the full initials right there. CRR. Yeah, I was gonna actually have it be the thumbnail, but then I thought about, man, I can't have this address out here like this. If somebody finds it, it's one thing, but I'm not like that. I'm not here to just throw things out there like that. But the address is very close to the Canal Street location in Peru, which is very telling to me. Midnight Rocker says, I salivate for that trial. Yeah, it's going to be, I don't know if anybody watched Darrell Brooks last week, his trial that went on for about 18 days. Yeah, but I guess 18 days. Darrell Brooks is the psycho in Wisconsin that decided to drive his Ford Escape through the Christmas parade in 2021. And he hit like 40 something people, 50 something people, killed 6. And he decided late in the trial, right before they went to trial, he decided to defend himself. If anybody wants to see some of the craziest shit you'll see in a courtroom, watch Darrell Brooks. He was just found guilty of 68 counts, 6 murder, first degree, Friday. I think it was Friday. Oh, maybe it was Tuesday this week. I don't know. I'm still dealing with COVID, so I feel like shit. My days are kind of confused. But he was charged. He was convicted of all counts, and it's a beautiful thing. Bud Bundy, how are you? See, Lynn says it was hilarious. I mean, it was hilarious. I give that judge, who I believe people have been saying that she's pregnant, that woman, the stress she had to be under. People say, why didn't she, smack him down? It's because she wanted to make sure he went on his rants, let him rant, let him do anything he wants, because she wanted to make sure that when this case goes to appeal by him, it gets shut down in the appellate courts. And she did an amazing job. And I give the prosecution credit for being reserved. And I mean, he would go on 30-minute, 40-minute tangents, just making shit up. What was he saying? Oh, he was saying, he was trying to say he's a sovereign citizen. And, oh, God, it was just bananas. It was bananas. It definitely a must watch. I think Law and Crime did like his top 5 explosions in the courtroom. Like he actually stared the judge down at one point where she said, I am very scared at the way he's looking at me right now. We are taking a recess. She went to recess. He was batshit. And that day he had a domestic violence incident with the mother of his child. Really, and then she was on the stand as a state witness. He called her back as his witness, all for control. It was all just to control her, and she did a great job on the stand. She never has to deal with that loser again. I think sentencing stuff will be Monday. Definitely a must watch. To see this guy, and instead of getting really spanked hard, she would put him in the next courtroom and mute him so he could just listen and be present. It was great. It's a must watch. Yeah, she was awesome. She was amazing.
They don't televise court cases in Canada
David,
like that.
We're an hour and 42 minutes in. We did a lot on Richard Allen. A lot. You can always scroll back. I told you that his alias that he uses has a location in Peru, close to the clients, very close. You can walk there, about a 3-minute drive with lights, with traffic lights and stuff. Very interesting. I don't feel he's the sole person responsible, or law enforcement would have said that yesterday. Yeah, nice 3-bedroom home. Absolutely. Nice home. Nice property. Got dug up. It doesn't look the same in the videos now. They dug it all up 11 days ago. Yeah, Sunny left us. Sunny went to sleep because hubby went in the room. But she's gone now. But she was here. Let me see. I'm not sure. Oh, Jen, it was ridiculous at times. He was like a crying baby. But same time, she did the right thing by letting him just rant and rant, because when the appeal comes, he is not getting shit. He's going to get shut down quick. Great job. The jury had to stay there and deal with that. They'd sit down, and within a minute, they'd be taken back because the judge wanted to make sure that all the crap he was saying didn't damage their verdict. Thanks, Cindy. Yeah, if you hear it in my throat, that's why I keep taking sips. It's just my throat's bothering me, but I'm fine. I'll be all right. Marsh said, so there's been an arrest linked to the girls. Yes. Richard Allen has been arrested for his involvement in the murders. Oh, Lynn says peekaboo. It's because Daryl Brooks he used his files, his box of files, two boxes high, and you just kept seeing his head, and then once in a while he'd peek out. I mean, it was bananas. Oh yeah, and he tried to refuse being called Daryl Brooks. So every time they would say Daryl Brooks, he would say, I object, and just you have to listen to it. You have to watch it. It was great. It was really classy. It's a classic courtroom that will be spoken about in law school for 20, 30 years to come. Yep. And Daryl Brooks called. One of his witnesses was the mother of 4 kids that he hurt. 2 of them he hurt very bad, fractured collarbone, coccyx bone. Just this guy was just a freaking lunatic, total lunatic. Mike, it's possible. If there were indeed others involved, why arrest just Allen today, but let the others remain free? By just arresting one, the others may flee or destroy evidence. It's that's possible, but we have to go back to August and think about Keegan being taken out of court, taken out of jail. Did he have a hand in this? Did he chirp? And they went up on possibly a wire on this guy. What led them to his backyard, digging it up? There's many, we just don't know. But when you use the term involvement and not state that this is the murderer, it just just makes me think too much right now. There it is. Subject matter jurisdiction. That was Daryl Brooks's whole thing. Every time that he had a chance to stand up, Your Honor, are we going to be able to speak about subject matter jurisdiction? And she would just go, it's already noted on the record. I already made a ruling on it, and let's move on, over and over again for 12 days of court. No, he's not getting bailed out. No. So I don't know, but they were saying his bail is $20 million. I don't know if it's that high. I'm not sure, but that's what the information was given. Where am I getting my information from? Retired law enforcement, just doing some digging. He did take his shirt off at one point, and the judge actually gave him shit for that day that he came in his orange jumpsuit instead of wearing his suit, because it just, she told him, you look very good in your suit, you should go back and change. She honestly, she gave him a very fair trial, and he lost. Midnight Rocker, if you would, that would be amazing. If you could send me some footage, I would love to see it. My email's down in the ticker below. Oh, the sovereign citizens are beyond delusional, especially when they're stopped on, they tell the cop, I don't need a driver's license. Okay, that's going to end well for you. Let's just be honest. When you're stopped by the police, just be nice. It gets you so much further being a nut job. Again, that to me, that brings us to the clients. I hope you know where I'm going with this, Rockaways. I've been giving you breadcrumbs. Good point, Mike Weaver. What did Mike Weaver say? Oh, we went there. Mike, they could be. I mean, listen, I had I've spoken about it many times. I had a case where we were up on 27 wiretaps at the same time. The wire room that we were in was, what we have? How many? I'm trying to think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We had 8 or 9 cops plus a supervisor working the case just in the wire room for our case only. So it means our case had 8 cops. I was on the road all the time, but we had 8 people manning the wires where they were listening to multiple lines to one person or even 2 different people. And, that's how a case evolves. Wiretaps, you don't know until it's too late. Yeah, at least 100%. And, I believe law enforcement made that clear with their using the term involvement. So we'll see Monday. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I don't believe I am. It's just law enforcement since day one has been huge on their verbiage since day one, since the girls were found, and they didn't even want to say it was the girls confirmed at first. They've been strategic. They've been cautious. If you're at the final step where law enforcement is going to be ready to, this case is going to prosecution, you say it. We have the killer that killed the girls. He was a sole killer, sole perpetrator. Not being said. Tells me a lot. For all if you're going by his house, yeah, no, whatever. If you have anything good, I'd love to see it. If you're going by Richard Allen's house from a distance, that would be cool. Whatever you do, just be cautious of the family. That they're grieving too. This is a tragic day for them also. I'm gonna do maybe another 10 minutes because my throat's really bothering me. I'm just sucking wind here. It's terrible. D, you good? What are you doing, D?
My phone's about to die though, so
go ahead. No problem.
Okay.
I'm gonna do like 10 more minutes and then maybe 15.
I'll
Just depends
still
how my
be in
throat
the
is.
chat though.
You got it. Good talking to you, D. Thanks for being here. You're the best.
No, you're the best. Have a good one, everyone, and
Yeah.
I'll see you in the chat.
You got it, D. Thanks. See, yeah, be nice. Rear-ended a cop one time, but I was nice and they let me go, no ticket. Yeah, it's when you get stopped and you go into these wacky tangents and just become defensive or I'm scared for my safety. Like that kind of stuff is just crazy. No cop goes to work looking to hurt people. It's just bananas. It really is. It's bananas. Teresa, he could be BG, and I say that not just for his look, his knee, his right knee. To be honest, there's something about his right knee that you see in the footage too. But it also could be, it also Tony Klein has that same kind of the way the knee kicks in. That's why I said from the beginning it's not Ron Logan. Ron Logan's leg goes totally out the other way when he walks. That's just the nonsense of people that have no investigative skills. They just spew nonsense. My neighbor got a DUI for being passed out in the backseat of his Tesla while the car was driving itself. Yeah, operating a motor vehicle doesn't mean that if a car is in self-driving mode, you have to be able to take control of the vehicle at any time. And being intoxicated, it is what it is. That must have been Daryl Brooks. Yeah, he's a real winner. He's a real winner. Yeah, law enforcement has made it clear. Yes, they have. Yeah, it's possible that KK could have given something. Yeah, I sound okay. It's just that my voice is bothering me, but I'm here. He worked in the pharmacy section at CVS. He was licensed. That's what we know. It's true. It's true. Towers in the sky looked amazing from the ferry. They looked amazing from pretty much anywhere that you could see them. Even from the Jersey side, they looked awesome. They were. That's why they were attacked, because they were a sign of freedom. They were a sign of freedom, and people don't like freedom. That's what it comes down to. Other parts of the world don't like knowing that there's a country that's really free. Mike, it's possible. They all don't crumble that quick, though. You never know. Omar, he was kind of crazy, but he didn't hurt anybody. He was a good cop. He's a good cop. He's a good cop. We carried kids out of a fire one time together. Wasn't a bad guy. Not many cops go into a burning building. Not many do. It's just the mere fact that the fire department was already there and they took over the scene. It's kind of like the Florida fire. Those two cops went in and got burned. We could have got torched. We didn't know. We didn't know if the fire was going to meet on. those Florida guys got burnt up. And I know now they're saying that, oh, those cops shouldn't have went in. There's that weird report that's out there from somebody involved. Those guys went in trying to save 4 kids. And, you know, can't fault them for that, man. They tried. Are you one to believe the crime could have been filmed? Well, yeah, only because of Ron Logan's search warrant. I was not big on the, oh, it's a snuff film, it's this, it's that. But Ron Logan, the search warrant says a lot about they feel photographs were taken or a video. So my opinion is what showed them that at the crime scene. Was there a tripod indentation in the ground? Possible. You could hear his voice on his wife's Facebook. Plenty of videos of him talking. Good night there, Chevy Boys. No, Dave, Ellie has not been saying all along. No one, they just didn't want anybody getting close to where they were at, and that's normal. I've had cases where we didn't want people knowing anything, and we would bend the truth. That's what you have to do. You have to do that. Hold on, I'm just checking something. I didn't mean it like that bending the truth. It's that you don't want people looking into things. If there's things you want hidden, you want to keep it hidden. Yeah, it's true. That's very true. I know what you're talking about. The whole trucker stuff that was going on in Canada. There was a lot of crazy things going on. Just checking something. Mm-hmm. Second. One second. Teresa, did Yoder get the accelerant on him when he went in the burning building? Trying to save 4 kids? It's possible. You have to think about that. This guy was in a burning building where they were, shooting water. What if there was accelerant on the floor? Could have gone on him. You're dragging bodies from the upstairs out. We just, there's so many unknowns. I actually have the whole report on that case. I have the whole report, and I don't know if I should say that, but I do. And it's very. Let's just say some of the initial interviews, are very telling on Floor. And I'm gonna actually do a Floor live all on Floor, because that needs more attention too. Rez says, how can you help a friend that is a cop that is struggling with the stresses of his duties? Let me tell you, it's a great question. A lot of times they won't tell you that they need help, but anybody close to somebody that is a cop and who is struggling, you will see some warning signs, and just talk to them when you're one-on-one. Say, I could see there's changes in you, and what do you need to get off your chest? Sometimes as a cop, you just need to get off what's bothering you, and just, you know, once you're able to get it out, you know, everything just comes down, it calms down. But yeah, I mean, we see horrible things every day. It's tough, not easy. So, let me know how you work out. That's one coping factor. I've been there. I've had months at work where they just compound and compound to where you're getting out at 12 o'clock, going to a bar and drink until 4. It's tough. So, talk to him when he's one-on-one, when he's sober. Don't do it when he's drinking, because that's where, you'll get agitation and aggression towards you. You got to do it when he's sober, and, go out to dinner or something and just, lay it on him. You need to talk. You need to get something off your chest. Did you see something at work that's still bothering you? We definitely want to get it off when we can. Angel Bear, no problem. I appreciate all of you. Since 166 of you are still here, I'm still hanging. I'm not for much longer though, because my throat's really killing me. Not sure what you mean, Teresa. Yeah, but I don't think the family was involved at all. Yeah, it could be a bar. Now that I think about it, it could be a bar. I just said kitchen because I honestly had 30 minutes today free. I've been busy since this morning. Went from one trunk or treat at my little guy's little pre-K he has. Then went to a Halloween party where I went live on Sunny's with my little guy in my arms, and he was being cute for a couple minutes. Then I went, took my daughter, her friend, and some other kids, and we went and did like Ding Dong Ditch, but Halloween style. So you leave candy. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, I had coffee before, but I think I think you're right. I think I need some tea with honey. I think that'll help me out. Yeah, I might close out. Yeah, a couple more minutes. We'll close out. Anybody have any questions about Richard Allen that you want to talk about? Yeah, that Peru one is the important one. The Peru one is the important one. Rez, you could always reach out to me. My email's in the ticker. And if you want to ever give me my email and he wants to just vent to somebody that has been there, all good. I know what it's like. I totally understand it. There's just calls that can compound and compound on you to where you have to be strong going to work every day, but sometimes they catch up. So if you want to give my email or just keep me updated, all good, man. I'm here. That's why I'm here. I'm here to help if I can. And if I can help another law enforcement guy, let's do it. I'm all for it. Yeah, I know. I totally get that. But just the Peru one is very close to the Klein house. On Monday, I think we're gonna get his charges. We're gonna get breadcrumbs at how they were led to him or whatnot. We're not gonna get the whole case on a platter unless he was the sole killer, which they didn't make it seem like it. When you say we have someone in custody, Richard Allen, for his involvement in the murders of the girls, Abby and Libby. You have the sole killer. There's a finality to it. You want to show we have our guy. This is the guy. That's it. They didn't do it. I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything showing that he ever worked at the Chrysler plants. but that could be. Teresa, I don't know when he had the Peru address. To me, it still shows that it's still like an open, available thing. So I don't know if it's in the family or whatnot. I had to do a live, so I didn't get to do enough digging in what I found, but I will do more. Well, who was going to leak it? Think about locals. Locals haven't given much about this case since the beginning, so they weren't going to be the ones to leak it. It would have to be somebody that's involved in YouTube, Reddit, something like that. And there's not many that are openly free talking. I talked to a few people from the area, but they there's things I can say and there's things I can't say because some things will always lead back to that group or whatnot, and I respect it. No, he was a licensed pharmacist. He wasn't just a clerk. Teresa, you could say that he is comparable to BG. We'll never be able to say 100% because there's only 4 words, and there's so much natural noise in the original Bridge Guy audio that it's so hard to say 100%. I don't think they were onto this man in 2019. I think something happened recently, as of August, that led them towards him, and maybe a wiretap, some some other surveillance. Surveillance was used, tracking devices, other things were used, and they got to him. Yeah, I'll definitely check the fight out this weekend. Oh, Dave, they're gonna take everything. They're gonna bring dogs in. They're gonna do everything possible, just like they did at Ron Logan's house, and like they did at Country Club Road's house, and everybody in between. I don't think so, Teresa. I don't think so. Related to this man, to Richard Allen. What would you tell your youngest first day out on the beat? That's a tough one, man. Buckle up. I'm not even saying that as a joke. It's just, let me tell you something. I started in 2001. I was in the academy July 2001. I was pulled out. Wasn't even pulled out. I was called at home when 9/11 occurred, and we rushed to the city, and we were out on the road for like 2 months. And just what I saw then, there's no preparing for it. Every day is not the same, and that's why I took the job. I didn't want an office job or anything. I wanted to be a cop from a young age. I wanted to be a fireman first, then a police officer, and that's the route I took. Went to college for it and everything else. I was ready to go. And it's very hard to prepare for that job. Very hard. But at the same time, best advice is to talk. Whoever the person is that you're comfortable talking, you got to talk about it. Cops don't like to see therapists or anything like that, but you have to have an outlet to vent it out. I have heard nothing of the sort on that. Nothing. So, yeah, I can't confirm that. I'd like to deny it, but I can confirm or deny it 100%. It's possible. If you could send it to me, that would be cool. Email is right down there. Yeah, I mean, you reflect on everything. On a lighter note, do you reflect back on some of your funniest days on the beat? Yeah, listen, you have funny days, but then you have days that just Like, especially a lot of it, it's either like the winter nights, you would expect them to be slow, but they're wild because you get a lot of domestics and you get domestic after domestic, and domestics are very dangerous. And I don't know. It's hard to say, but just watch your friend's back, man. Keep an eye on him. How old is he? How long has he been on? Because he's got to have somebody he could vent to, because you cannot pack that all in every day. Cannot. Not healthy. Not good. Not healthy and not good. All right. Anything else anybody want to ask before we end it? And maybe I'll go live tomorrow night. I got to give my throat a rest. I'm really hurting. He's probably a presser, also Indian. Dave, you're tying me up here mentally. I'm confused as the Indian thing. Thanks, Lakeside. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody. Thanks for being here. Another great live. I think it was awesome. Space, anybody that lives in a household that get volatile, where you as a person want to explode, walk away. 10 minutes. Just think about it and think about, is that fight worth it? It's tough stuff. Not easy. Domestics could go from verbal to physical in seconds. They're it's like a ticking bomb. Anybody that's in a relationship that's all it is, get out of it. Trust somebody in your family and do the thing and get out of there, because it's not going to get better. It never does. That's the best advice I could give. It doesn't get better. They don't change. They do not change. Parents are teaching their kids to fear the police. That's how the divide happened. That's how it happened. I used to play basketball with the young kids, even in the projects. Just 3 minutes shooting a couple hoops, could change a perspective, could change a young kid's outlook on a cop in an instant. Because in inner city they're taught because think about the parent. If it's a young 18-year-old guy, girl having a kid, and the guy has to go out and he's selling drugs, he's going to tell his kid the cops are bad, that they arrested daddy, they beat up daddy. So if you could change the younger generation and let them build that trust there, it could turn things around. Thanks, Lisa. Yeah, that's why I felt it was important to come on. Even though I'm not 100%, I felt it was important. Big fish, small pond. Yes, the thumbnail is Richard Allen, who is in custody, 100%. Yeah, I'm gonna have some tea and honey when I'm done. I'm really just cranking up on me. I got out with 2 hybrid. I'm so happy to hear that. 2 kids and shirt on their backs. You never look back. We made it. Yeah, you can make it. There is a better place. It might not seem like that immediately. You might not have time to pack. Get the hell out. Get out. I promise you that person's not going to change. It doesn't ever happen. It's a lie. Yeah, 100%. Never silent will tell you the story how he contacted me. It's got to be maybe 5, 6. No, it was actually longer than that. It was 7 months ago. It was before Easter. It was March. And he said, my daughter's in a relationship. He has guns. He's threatened to hurt her and the kids if she tries to leave him. What do I do? I assisted. The man ended up getting arrested. The kids made it to their grandfather and the daughter for Easter, and he's still in jail, and we did what we had to do. I give Never Silent all the credit because I just pointed and assisted, but he got his daughter and grandchildren to safety. That's all that matters. Yeah. it's even fatherless kids. It's even if fathers are there and they're just bad role models. It's the same thing, same thing. It's tough, but I'm always here. Anybody needs to talk. Anybody needs to find out how to get out of the situation they're in. Email me. Anything I can do, I will assist, no matter what. If I got to call the police for you, I'll do it. Don't worry. He's in there. He's in there. It's him lighting fireworks. There's his voice when they're on the ski slope. He's there. Yep. Listen, even people online could be your support system when you need it. Politics plays a large, it goes both ways. It's not, but the defund the police came from the left, and that was damaging, and that hurt. If cops don't feel that they're gonna be backed by their bosses and above, you're handcuffed. All right, I'm off, guys. I gotta go take care of my voice, and maybe I'll see you tomorrow. Well, later in the night, we'll see. But thanks for being here. I appreciate everybody, and see you tomorrow.